Welcome learners in the series of videos on Python. We have seen many programs for matrix operations using Python, right? Like find how to find the determinant of a matrix, or how to find the inverse of a matrix, and so forth and so on. Now today we will see how to generate a n by n identity matrix. Okay. For that, first let me tell you what is identity matrix. If you know what is identity matrix, if you know the definition, you can skip this part and you can directly go for the program. Okay, this identity matrix, let me not write everything, but let me tell you what is identity matrix. So if A is equals to Aij is a matrix. Now identity matrix means it's a scalar matrix, it's a diagonal matrix where all the entries on the diagonal are 1 and rest all are 0. For example, if you want a identity matrix of order 2 by 2, let us write I suffix 2. This is a matrix of order 2 by 2, and wherein we will have identity, that is 1 1 on the diagonal and 0 0 off the diagonal. If you want to write say I3, it is a matrix of order 3 wherein the first this diagonal element will be 1 and rest all the off diagonal elements will be 0. So this is our identity matrix of order 3. Okay. And in this language, if you want to write identity matrix, this will be like where our Aij will be equals to 1 if, now if you notice, this is A11, A22, A33 and so on. So when I equals to j, we will get 1. So 1 if I equals to j, and this will be 0 otherwise means I not equals to j. So if you see, all those entries above this diagonal and below this diagonal will be I not equals to j. In that case, all are 0. And now we need to write a Python program which will generate this identity matrix. Okay, so let me write I. Okay, and n by n matrix. It is always a square matrix. So what we will do is we will take an input from the user about the order of a matrix, and directly we will give him or her the identity matrix which is generated. Okay, so let's go back for our Python programming. So first let's start a new program. And let us rename this program this way. Okay. So let us start. This is a program to generate identity matrix. Okay. As I said, we will ask the user to give the input. So let us take input. Let us tell the user to give the input. Okay. So let us take m equals to let us take integer input. It cannot be a float. So integer input sorry n input, again bracket, and let us tell him that enter the order of the matrix. We will tell the user to enter the order of a matrix. Okay, let's give this colons here and complete the bracket. And then let us print the identity matrix. We will tell him to print the identity matrix. Otherwise, if we give another print, then it will be a problem. Okay, so print. Let us give that command afterwards. Now we will generate the loop. Two loops we will generate for loops. So I equals to something and j equals to something. So let us generate the loops. Say for I in the range. Sorry, we should not write the in range we have taken M, right? It's a square matrix, so it will not make any problem. Again, remember, these are not the columns which you have to put. You have to put these columns. And for J, in again a range, as I said, number of rows and number of columns will be same. So what it will do is, it will start with I equals to 1, or in the computer language I will start with 0, and it will check whether I equals to J. Okay, so for this we will take two loops. Say if I equals J, then something happens. What we will print? We will print we will print 1, and to get that matrix in proper way we will write end, again double columns. We will see what is the effect of this. Okay, and if not, then we will write else. We have already seen these statements earlier. We have explained how to use if, else, or else if statements. Else print print 0, again we will write this end equals. Okay, let us execute this, and we will do the respective changes as and when we proceed. Let's see how it works here. First let's save it in the documents. This program number 15, identity matrix. Invalid syntax, so let's see again. We missed the bracket here. If you notice, we close this once and then again, yeah. So let's compile this. Enter the order of a matrix. Let us take 2 by 2 matrix, and when you take 2 by 2 matrix you are getting 1 0 0 1. So it is like 1 0, this is the first row and this is the second row, but it's printing in the same line. Okay, again let us see the effect of this and this. So if you put the space here, then the effect will be like this. Again let us take 2 by 2 matrix. See, the space between these two elements increases. Again if you give a simple small space, it will increase further. Compare again back. Let's take 2 by 2 itself. See, the space between this increases. Okay, again we will see how it goes. Now to get those rows one by one, let us give a command print, but again the position of this is also important. I'll show you how it goes. Let's print 2 by 2 matrix. See here, 1 0 0, and now it's going giving this 0, this 1 came down, right? So, and if I take this side slightly, then you see what is the effect. Okay, and if you see, the position of this is also important here. Okay, let's compile again. So enter the order of a matrix 2. This is what the output we got last time. If I take it slightly back, the spacings, you can see the difference. 2 is coming in line. Earlier it was like this as a row, this is coming as a column. Again, if we go slightly further and print, you can see the differences. Now it's showing 1001. Okay, so the spacings of this is also important. It is it is taken as a command in the Python. Okay, now let us tell, yeah, so I have already written this. We have already told the identity matrix generated by this is this. Okay, let me show you again. So the identity matrix generated is 1001. Okay, let us put this way: identity matrix generated matrix of order. If you want to put those values in this, we have to put comment this, then we will put m, and again we will complete, and then we put this as a comment. Okay, we will see. Let us take 3 by 3 matrix now. The identity matrix of order 3 by 3 generated is this. Okay, let's see how it generates. Again, it depends on the processor, what we have, how fast it will take, and that's why we have fast computers, the advanced computers, supercomputers for big calculations, right? So let us print, or let us take the unit matrix, identity matrix of order 15. Let's see how it generates. Right? So it will start with the loops. Okay, let me explain again. It will start with the loops. So first we have taken this integer to be m. So when I equals to 1, it will go for j. It will check j equals to 1. Yes, it is equal. It will print 1. J equals to 2. It is not equal. That means it will skip this. It will print 0. J equals to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 1 is not equals to 15. So this will print j. Right? So the values of the range of j overs, then it will complete the loop. We have given this print, so it will go on the next line, and then we will take I equals to 2. Then again check j is equals to 1, I equals to 2, j equals to 1, not equal, so it will print 0. I equals to 2, j equals to 2, equal, yes, equals, that means this will print 1, and then again 0. Right? Let us print 20 by 20 matrix. Just pop one. See how it generates. If you see the diagonal 1, 1, 1, 1, all the diagonal entries are 1, rest all are 0. Right? Again, let me show you the effect of this spacing. If I give a space here and if I don't give the space here, let's see what is the effect. Let us generate a 11 by 11 matrix now. See that, right? These are the changes. Okay. So again, make sure that you are putting this properly. Spacings. Let's go by 3 by 3. Properly spacings will be coming. Okay. If we want a here, we will just put a. If I equals to j, it will be 1, otherwise it is 0. So this is how the program will run. So this is our final program, wherein we have taken the input from the user. So it's an integer input, and then we have put for I equals to j, we have printed 1 and otherwise 0. And this is just a print to print the matrix in the proper format. Okay. What if we take a float here? Let's see what happens. Okay, 2. The identity matrix generated by 2.0 is integer. Float object cannot be interpreted as an integer. Right? So we are taking the integer entries. We cannot say this is a matrix of order 2 by 2.5 by 2.5 or 3.5 by 10.5, right? So it's an integer value. The final thing, we will generate a matrix of order say 30 by 30. It will take time. See. And why this many zeros came here? Because our this thing is less. Now you can see. Now you can see, right? So this is a matrix of order 30 by 30. So that's all about this unit matrix, how to generate a unit matrix. In the next video, the next part of this, we will write a program for say Cramer's rule. We will generate a program for a Cramer's rule, how to solve the system of equation by using Cramer's rule. So first we will decide, or we will do some theory part. We will solve an example, and then we will write the program for Python program for Cramer's rule, and I will give one exercise after that. So see you in the next video.